everybody, welcome to another brand new edition of T Watches a Scary Movie. My name is T and we're talking scary movies. Appreciate you tuning in for another brand new edition of the show. Remember, new episodes go up every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, but as I put up so many other reviews throughout the week, the best way to stay up to date when I'm dropping new reviews, but all the other stuff I'm talking about in horror, is to get subscribed to my link tree, which is linktr.ee/T Scary Movie. If you get subscribed to my link tree, that's going to give you access to the video versions of the show through the YouTube page, the audio only version of the show through your favorite podcasting platforms, but also you get linked to my TikTok and to my letterbox for all my written reviews as well too. So hit that subscribe button. That'll keep you in the loop for all of the stuff I'm doing in the world of horror. And folks, you're definitely going to want to get subscribed because I have so many more reviews dropping here soon as well. Just got done dropping Vampire in Brooklyn. We are talking Warm Bodies. We're going to be talking Sugar Hill. I got Death by Temptation, Eve's Bayou, Lisa Frankenstein. I got so much stuff coming up for y'all over the next few weeks. So hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date for when they are being dropped. So like I mentioned, tonight I'm going to be talking about bodies. Wanted to make sure I got a chance to talk a little bit more romantic horror this month as well too. Bodies is one that everybody typically likes, and it's about time that I got to it here on this show. So let's just dive right into this romantic zombie tale. Now, two warring families, because R is dead. He is a zombie, he eats people, and he is on very much the side of those who are no longer living, whereas you have Julie, who lives with her father, the Colonel, played by John Malkovich, along with her boyfriend Perry, played by Dave Franco, and they come from the land of the living. And obviously, Deadites, I'll call them Deadites, zombies, whatever you want to call them, versus the land of the living. Those are two warring families. So how could there be romance between them at all? And what's so fun and interesting about Warm Bodies is that at this point, Warm Bodies came out about 11 years or so ago. We typically get a lot of your standard zombie fare, you know, zombies coming back from the dead, they're eating people, oh no, we got to stop the zombies, and that's about it. We get slight variations of that, but for the most part, that's what your average zombie movie is. And every now and then we'll get one or two to where it actually goes a little bit deeper and we get to see something else from the zombies. For example, Return of the Living Dead is a great one because zombies in that one, they talk, they think, they plan, they plot, they scheme. Really, really good movie. Or, oh Lord, I just lost it off the top. Land of the Dead, where the whole purpose of the story is that zombie apocalypse has been going on for so long at this point. What would actually happen if these zombies started to evolve and regain some of their memories back and could communicate with each other as well too? We have Better Off Dead. Like, there's so many other zombie films out there, but there's not that many like Warm Bodies that try to take a different approach to it. And interestingly enough, the fact that this movie, which is based off a book, by the way, Isaac Marion wrote this book back in 2010, and this obviously got adapted into the movie. But what's kind of interesting about this film is that the fact that it's based on Romeo and Juliet makes it feel like a John Hughes movie, if that makes sense at all. For those of y'all that have seen this, it just feels like it has the staples of a John Hughes movie because, you know, R, who is our main character, is very self-aware. He's breaking the fourth wall all the time, talking to us, the audience, because he's also our narrator as well too. This love story about this girl who is, for all intents and purposes, unattainable to him. Which, no, that's not only in John Hughes movies, but the way it's set up is very John Hughes-like. That this guy's willing to upend his entire life over this and trying to figure out the perfect way to just stand out to Julie as it is. The music choices in this as well too seem like they would be right at home in a John Hughes movie. The fact that they can't be together, have to go through this strife, and they have the best friend who's also a little bit weird, played by Rob Corddry, who's also a zombie in this. I don't know. This movie very much seems like it fits right in with Weird Science and The Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink. I swear, watch this movie if you haven't and let me know in the comments because I'm curious if I'm crazy by thinking that at all. But it's interesting watching this film, you know, through the lens of, I got to see the pre-screening of this way back Wednesdays, you know, 13 years ago or 14 years ago at this point. I got a chance to go see a pre-screening of it. And at the time, I didn't dislike it, but I will fully admit I was still in a bit of a snobbish attitude at that time as well too, and I wanted my zombie movies just to be these overly gory action, like tense, suspenseful, just flicks. That's what I wanted out of them. And so Warm Bodies didn't really bring me that, and I didn't appreciate it as much now as I did, much then as I do now. Because rewatching it, it really is such an enjoyable watch, honestly. And I mentioned the John Hughes thing because honestly, if you're coming at it as a zombie movie, there are one or two interesting points to it. The fact that, you know, when the zombies are eating the brains of their victims, they get like flashes of like their victims' memories. And then the fact that there's other classes of zombies as well too. It reminded me very much of Daybreakers, the one with Willem Dafoe. But the one where like in Daybreakers, you know, there's two classes of vampires. You have your normal vampires who drink it very normally and they still have some of the benefits of vampirism and all that. But then you have the ones that are like being confined like under the sewers and everything, and they're the ones that aren't getting to drink blood as normally as everybody else. So they look more bat-like, more monster-like. And I thought that Warm Bodies doing that same kind of approach to where you have your normal zombies who, you know, they still eat people, they still attack people, they're still flesh eaters, but then you have the ones that are even further gone at that point. They've been dead for so long there that there's no humanity to them. They'll attack regular zombies as well too. They won't eat them, but they will attack regular zombies as well. And there's a class system, and I thought that made that a little bit more interesting than the standard zombie film that we would get. But overall, this is not the movie for you to go check out if you're looking for, you know, your Dawn of the Dead, you're Not a Living Dead, 28 Days Later, you know, whatever it is. This is not that kind of movie. But as I said though, if you're a fan of 80s romantic comedies, because that's really the way this movie feels like it's set up as, and especially it is very much a John Hughes movie, then that's the reason why you want to come and check out Warm Bodies, because you're going to get a lot of the hallmarks that you're used to seeing in the romantic comedies from back in the 80s, and it's nice to see it through a very, very modern lens. And not only that, but seeing where Nicholas Hoult has gotten in his career at this point now, you know, I know that there's going to be a lot of you that hate like everything wraps around the superhero movies, but it's really cool to see the fact that dude is now stepping into the role of Lex Luthor in the next Superman movie, and like his career has just gotten like bigger and bigger and bigger ever since Warm Bodies. And even Teresa Palmer, who is absolutely a scream queen, y'all, like 100% she is a scream queen, because come on y'all, Lights Out, that is my movie. We have talked about that on this one here before. I absolutely love Lights Out, as well as The Twin that came out back in 2022. Such a hidden gem there. That one went right under the radar. And she's got a couple other ones as well now. It's got a really, really good cast. It's funny. The soundtrack is phenomenal. And it gives you something a little bit different for zombie films. So, if you got the time, go and check out Warm Bodies this February and get back to me. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. I have a feeling that this is actually going to go hand in hand with Lisa Frankenstein this month, honestly. Like, something just feels right with it, because Lisa Frankenstein definitely feels like it's coming out of the 80s from all the trailers for it so far. But we'll see, because I'm going to get a chance to see it soon, so I'm going to let you know how those two might mesh up in a bit of a double feature. But that's going to do it for me tonight, y'all. I appreciate you tuning in. Again, let me know in the comment section what you think of Warm Bodies. Am I off base with my John Hughes like comparison that I'm making here? Let me know what you think either way, though, and hit that subscribe button. Folks, I'm T. We've been talking scary movies. Stay scared. Hey, everybody. Looking for a great way to stay up to date on horror news, as well as read the best of articles on anything scary out in the world right now? Then you need to head over to the Fangoria shop and get yourself a subscription. If you go to shop.fangoria.com/axdew, you can use my own personalized 20% discount to save 20% off on Fangoria magazine subscriptions, as well as 20% off any other items in their fantastic shop. This is a great deal. If you've ever been wanting to get yourself a subscription, now is the time to do so. Head to shop.fangoria.com/axdew.